Welcome to Contextual Electronics. My name is Chris Gamble. Today we're going to be going over how to add a custom solder paste area on your design. This was gone over a little bit in a past video where we talked about footprints and how to add a different layer there, but we didn't actually show how to make a separate solder paste area. And this is sometimes what you want to do when you have like larger, when you have a really big area that's cut out. Like say you have so I've worked on a thing with a big battery terminal area, and it's probably 3 or 4 millimeters across and 3 or 4 millimeters tall. And in this case, you want to make sure that you have less of that covered with the solder paste, because if you scrape solder paste across this really large area, then it's just going to fill the whole area, and it's going to spread out, and it might have a lot more solder paste than you want. So let's talk about how we can go and add a smaller solder paste area here. Okay, so first things first, let's go into our library editor. So we're going to do that here. There we go. Oh, and it's on the wrong screen. There we go. All right, so we have our library editor. I'm going to go and open up the existing library, and we'll see if we can just add something to this. This is the DOS Blink Input library. So let's see if we can add something in here. And we'll open up a footprint. Select by browser. Here's the browser window. Okay, and DOS Blink Input. There. Okay, well, we got this one. Okay, so this is a large, but not that large. We'll just pretend it's large in this case. It's a relatively large, footprint on either side of this component. This is a photo transistor. And okay, so we want to make the solder paste area smaller. So how do we do that? Well, first thing we do, we go and we edit the pad. Mouse over, hit E. Oh, this is the footprint we want to select. Sorry, this is the library. That was the selector. That was the browser. Now we're actually in here. Now we can mouse over, hit E. All right, now we can edit the layer here. Okay, and you see what we do actually have. We have the paste layer. We have it selected here, and so we can just turn that off. And in doing so, when we go back out here, right, if we select the paste layer on the right side, if we just click on the front paste, you see it's only on the right pad right now. So we just turn that paste layer completely off. Now what we can do is similar to the drawing tool that we had before. Right, say we want to make a smaller amount of paste go on. It's very commonly what you'll have is on a big pad like this, you'll have a smaller pad or a set of smaller pads that then, well, I'm going to fix that one after a second there. So this is a smaller pad here now. So I double click to edit, drag it like this. Okay, so now this would be a smaller pad that's here. What we can do is we can make an array of these. Now we probably want to make this actually a little bit smaller. We don't want it to be larger than the edge there. We want it to definitely be inside the edge. So let's do that. We'll move all these in a little bit. And because I was selected on the front paste layer here, it drew that polygon onto the front paste layer. So now if we go and double click by accident, so we just go and select now. We click and select just that one polygon. Now I should be able to select, right click, copy, right click, paste. Paste the paste. Now it doesn't look like there's two here, but we should be able to move one of them. No, that was silly. Let's undo that, sorry. Let's just try pasting up here. Now it's selecting all these. Control Z. This is the downside, is selecting these can be kind of tedious. So what we could do is also we could just go and draw another one here, right? But the idea being that we can go and we can draw a similar amount of paste here, right? And now what we're going to do is basically we're drawing the opening in the solder paste stencil, right? And so when we do that, we can basically so we're drawing the actual opening, and when the solder paste stencil comes back, it's going to have what looks like a T shape in it. All right, so there we go. That's not quite even, but let's save this. We'll save this as modified. We'll just call it mod. And then if we go and we drop this into our diagram now, so we hit O to place a component, we go to select by browser. It's on the wrong one, of course. There we go. So here's our mod. It doesn't look like anything's different. We're going to place this in here. And now let's go to the 3D model just to see what this looks like. Hopefully I have my paste layers turned on. And now we can see that when you actually put paste through your stencil now, there will be a smaller amount of paste that actually goes there, because instead of filling out this entire area, now a smaller area is actually shown here. Now this will actually be shown in datasheets often, and so this is something you can just follow in your datasheets. There'll be dimensions. They'll say, hey, you should put less paste here or here. This is very common in DFN, QFN type parts where you have a big thermal pad in the middle, and you want to make sure you don't have as much paste there, because what happens is, I don't have a prop here, I have a mouse, I guess. So if you have a part that goes onto a lot of paste in the center of the pad, it basically floats on there, and if there's too much paste, then it can't actually sit down low enough where the edge, where all the pads are, that it'll actually contact the pins. And that can be very problematic for your assembly then, because now you have this part that just kind of floats on top. Maybe one side's connected, maybe the other side's connected. It can be very problematic for your assembly. And I've definitely felt the pain of that one before. So we'll have more tips about how to change your solder mask, or solder paste layers, and how to make custom footprints here on Contextual Electronics. If you have more questions, you can always go over to the forum. That's forum.contextualelectronics.com. Or if you want to talk about the feature and other ways to add in different custom elements like this, go over to the KiCad forum. That's forum.kicad.info. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.